Thank you, Shannon. Good luck, ladies. Let's have a good game.
Live from Stadium Field on the campus of Darien High School, it's varsity field hockey on the DAF Media Network. This morning, yes, breakfast time here in Darien, Connecticut. It's the Darien Blue Wave against the Longmeadow High School Lancers. Hi, everybody. I'm Damian Andrews. So glad you could be with us for this DAF Media broadcast of varsity field hockey. We should have a good one, an out-of-state, out-of-conference matchup between two perennial state powers, Longmeadow out of Massachusetts, the greater Springfield area, and Darien here in southwestern Connecticut. I will introduce our broadcast team for this morning's game. Kari Johns, Joe Scarupa, and from Longmeadow, Mass, Dito Vasquez. So glad to have you with us. And I'm going to turn the mic over to Kari Johns.
Good morning, everyone. We're excited for this match today. Longmeadow had a long travel here. They're 5-0 in their conference thus far and have had a really successful season. So we're really looking for a great match for both teams this morning.
Longmeadow has scored quite a few goals in their 5 games. Their defense has been playing well. They've given up 3 in 5 games. Mo's team, Darien, has given up 1 goal in 3 games.
And this is actually the coach's 500th, hopefully the 502nd win that they had. They had 500 wins like on Tuesday. She's in her 39th year. Coach Ann Simons, she'll be retiring next year.
And we just learned, I just actually learned this looking up some of the games this past week as well. Mo just had her 300th win.
Wow, that's awesome.
This past week as well in her 20th year coaching here at Darien High School. So a lot of history on the field between the two coaches. Oh my goodness, I don't even want to say the number, but we're looking at 60 years of coaching on this field.
Over 800 wins, which is amazing.
Over 800 wins. So we're looking at some history here, folks.
It's a beautiful day here in Darien.
So it looks like Darien has possession of the ball. You see Darien moving on your screen from right to left in whites, and Longmeadow's going to be moving from left to right on your screen in the blacks. Darien having quite a young team of starters, and Longmeadow, we just learned, has a young goalkeeper.
Yeah, we have a sophomore goalkeeper. She's not as experienced as the one they had last year, but she's doing pretty good this year.
Raina John starting an aerial ball going into territory. Now we also learned that Longmeadow plays on grass, so it's a tough transition here. So we're going to see how they do. I would imagine that you'll see a lot of lifted balls like that to get out of territory, and we'll see how the hitting goes. So Longmeadow attacking down the left-hand side, and that is broken up defensively by Darien nicely. I'm going to have a little trouble seeing the numbers, so gentlemen, if you could possibly help out, I don't know if you'll be able to see them either.
I'm seeing little dots from here on the back of the uniforms.
Bear with us at home. We'll try to do from the running styles. That looks like Brinsley Rush to me, and she sends the ball over, and I would imagine that's either Evelyn Heidi or not sure. Brinsley Rush is going to send a flat ball over, but to Maisie Stewart, and Molly Hellman comes back for that, or that might be Evelyn Heidi.
That's Sarah Chamberlain on the defense right there.
It's a great ball. She sends through the legs of her defender. It's Raina Johns sending the ball through the center, breaking that play up nicely, sending the ball into Maddie Holt, and both teams just trying to get something going here. Maisie Stewart's taking that ball straight away, sending the ball through the center, but picked up by a defender very nicely. And again, Molly might be Brinsley Rush. Sends the ball back to Raina Johns, who just mishits a ball, but able to stop that ball again. And now attacking down the left-hand side, lifting that ball up. You'll see probably some good 3D work. And again, nice breakup by Lindsay Olson.
And that was Ashley Barron for Longmeadow that took that ball. She's a senior committing to Bryant College or Bryant University in Rhode Island.
Very nice. So Longmeadow taking that ball just outside of the 20. They're attacking down the left side, trying to get some circle entry here, and they're able to get it. And I would imagine look for attack penalty corner, see if Darien can clear this ball out, which they do. Nice right pull, and this is going to be Molly Hellman, senior captain. She's going to try to find her teammate, and not quite strong enough pass. And Molly Hellman gets the ball back. She's going to start that ball right away, attacking down the right side line, finding Captain Katie Duggan, who does hit the ball. Looks like she did not get that foul. So now
It's nicely defended by Emma Kamarian for Longmeadow, as Longmeadow gets a free hit.
good. Now, is that the eyes, or you just know them by the way they?
It's just the eyes. It's
Good
the
for
eyes.
you. Good for you.
It's all the carrot juice I had this morning.
Good for you. All right, again, tacking down the left-hand side. And we see some good speed over there. It's a nice pull back. Sending the ball through the center of the field, maybe trying to change a point of attack. And that's looked like a nice tackle or a good break up by Maddie Holt just to stop that ball in the center of the field.
And number 19, Jackie Frank, has the ball right now for the free hit.
Good aerial ball, and that ball needs to fall into space, which it did. And there's two Darien defenders around the play of the ball. Looks like Brinsley Rush again. Just sent out wide outside, so Longmeadow's going to have a chance again attacking inside their offensive 25. Send this ball back, possibly trying to change point of attack again.
And the ball was brought out by Ella Dees, past to Kendall Vasquez. It brought it into Olivia Cunningham, number 7.
You hear Captain Katie Duggan asking to switch field to that ball. That's a nice job by Evelyn Heidi, sophomore, who's really skilled. And yeah, that should be Darien ball. There's Maisie Stewart, new to the starting lineup, just coming in as a great switch of field. Red Darien coming from left to right. Maisie Stewart, new is starting, sending the ball through the center to Molly Hellman. You'll see some good stick work from here, and that was a great job for her to get an attack penalty corner. Now that foul was outside of the penalty circle, but I would imagine what the umpire saw there was that there was a flagrant foul outside of the attack penalty.
Correct, yeah, direct contact. That's what they've been calling that a lot more this year, that if it's within about 3 or 4 yards of the circle and you have a direct contact with another player, they will call it.
So Darien with their first opportunity, attack penalty corner. They're going to enter this ball. It goes to Raina Johns, who's a freshman. She takes a direct shot on goal. Great stop by the goalkeeper, but the rebound comes back to Darien, goes back to Raina Johns. She has time. She takes a shot, and broken up by Longmeadow, and unfortunately finds a foot, and Darien with another opportunity.
Flying out of Longmeadow was Megan Weir, number 15, coming out of the goal, trying to stop that shot.
I think it's Maddie Holt.
It was a nice save by the Longmeadow goalie today.
Yeah, so she's on the boards with the first save.
There you go.
Inserting is Maddie Holt. She's going to insert to the top of the circle. She finds, she tries to slip that ball left when there's nobody there.
That was a nice stop by Megan Ware and Kendall Vasquez on that penalty.
Yeah, she's trying to slip left, but she didn't actually look up and see that the defender was right there prior to slipping left. So I think maybe next time a little bit of poison, noting that the defender is there prior to slipping. That was a great job of Longmeadow to break that up, and that's what you want to do defensively. You want to get that ball out of there. That aerial ball just broken up, and a good read by Longmeadow and trying to get this ball out, and they're going to have that opportunity right now again. Nice little slap shot, but just not enough power on it, and a good pickup here. Nice hit out. And I think that ball's going to roll, right out of bounds. That was a great breakup and a good hit out.
Yeah, it was Jackie Frank that hit that ball out. She's a senior captain. Hopefully going to either Tufts next year or Trinity.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, Trinity's a great school, and then there's a player from our FCAC league at Greenwich who's going to be going to Tufts next year. It's broken up by Raina Johns, but nice job getting that ball back, and Monisha with their first save. Great job by Darien breaking that up, but did find a foot, and so Longmeadow's going to have their opportunity to have the first attack penalty corner.
There's a nice get by Riley Harrington that passed the ball over to Ashley Barron. Just missed that shot.
So folks at home, you're going to see on the penalty corners, the defensive unit will have 4 players included, and then a goalkeeper. So 5 players, and then the attack can have everybody if they'd like, but generally they'll have 7 to 8 players on the circle.
That's Olivia Cunningham right here bringing the ball in.
Olivia Cunningham.
So they'll pass to the right, and that ball is just a little bit high, but as long as it falls to the, it's a good job sending this ball out. As long as that ball falls to the height of the baseboard as it crosses the goal line, it'll be fine if it goes in the goal. She's got to carry that ball, and she has no pressure, so that's a good job. That's Raina Johns. That's a third-party call, and again, we've described that as like a moving pick in basketball, so you can't screen the player from getting the ball.
Now the ball here has to go 5 yards. Is that correct?
Yeah, 5 meters.
5 meters?
5
Okay.
meters. Shoots generally 7 yards on the field, but it's easily marked because we play in a football field, so that didn't go. So the umpire's going to signal that ball is going to change possession. It needs to be taken at the spot of the foul. So senior Tala Garcia signaling for the ball girl to get the ball back to her. So Tala Garcia, senior captain, on the left side taking the ball, and Darien kind of playing with a diamond in the back. You'll see those 4 players. You have Raina Johns in the far back, and then I think that might be Lindsay Olson. Looked like she's going to do an aerial ball, but now maybe a switch of fields, and then Tala's back open. And Tala's really crafty on this left side. See her moving that ball on her first touch nicely, and then sending the ball through the feet of the defender is really smart. Maddie Holt in the center of the field. Didn't quite see what happened. We were just obstructed by the canopy here of the.
It's a nice defensive play by Megan Weir, number 15 for Longmeadow.
Raina John stopping that ball from coming in the center. Longmeadow having a good period of time down here in their offensive 25. See if they can generate something offensively. The play so far going pretty evenly back and forth. So it's
Yeah, Longmeadow has a pretty quick team this year. And last year they weren't as speedy, but this year they're pretty quick going up and down the field, which that really helps because their goaltending is kind of young.
You know, field hockey, like the game of soccer, it's always a tough match because you get that one goal or that one ball that goes through, and it's a tough one. All right, so here comes Captain Katie Duggan, and she's going to try to find Molly Hellman, which she does. And I think this is nice goal. That was a good save by the defender there.
Nice defensive save.
Yeah, that was a great defensive save just behind the goalkeeper. It's a great job to keep that knot on her body, and a good defensive save. That's a really good defensive unit back there. Good hit out. Tal Garcia trying to break this up, and Longmeadow attacking down their right-hand side. Here's Raina Johns stopping the ball and sending the ball. Oh, just sending it into the wrong space. Good break up there by Lindsay Olson. Umpire signaling a third-party call?
Yeah.
Well, Longmeadow had a great opportunity, some speed down the right-hand side, just a miscommunication there defensively for Darien, and let's see if they can convert this offensive penalty corner. So inserter, receiving, they're slipping that ball to the right-hand side. Tala Garcia super quick. She's going to get that ball and clear it out to the sideline. So we were mentioning earlier that Darien's missing their center back, who's Charlotte DeMinner Sr., and she's a very strong force in the backfield, so having to rearrange quite a few positions to accommodate for that missing position. But as you do, sometimes with injury or other things. It was a good try in Longmeadow. She was trying to send that ball into a space for an offensive player to pick that ball up. There's Raina Johns hitting the ball out of the backfield. Great ball into space. Now the goalkeeper can come out, but she can't leave and play the ball outside of the circle. So maybe with some experience, she'll get that under her belt. And great job by the defensive unit to sprint down quickly and clear that ball out.
That's Olivia Cunningham taking it up the left side.
And still in possession, Longmeadow. So Raina Johns breaking this play up. Very good work on Darien to break that play up. But a good job by the defensive unit again. Darien signaling for a timeout, so Coach Minikis will get a 1-minute timeout to discuss with her team probably some possession tactics when they have the ball.
Timeout, Darien.
Oh, we have an instant replay here. I think I just missed. Drats.
It definitely is a fast-moving game. There's good speed on both sides. We can expect that it's going to be this way all day.
Yeah,
That-
it might come down to that one mistake that somebody makes and that fast break that
Yeah,
somebody gets.
One way or the other, yeah.
Now, does Darien use a lot of substitutions during the game, or do they normally keep their 11 out there?
You know, sometimes on the front, like, again, this is only the 4th game of the match, and as I was explaining earlier, unfortunately, we only were able to start our first practice the first day of school. So it's still a very early in the season for us. So Coach Mo just still trying to figure out kind of where everyone is. The defensive unit tends to stay where it is. There will be some substitutions probably on the forward line, but not too much.
I see. Yeah, Longmeadow normally does not substitute as much. Normally just the forwards and midfield get substituted.
Yeah, it's a pretty warm day. I'm going to guess that it's probably in the 80s out on the field right now with the turf. So you might see some substitutions you don't normally see. We're still in the first season of field hockey, which is still summer.
Well, the running makes it tough. You know, what you want to do when it's this kind of weather is maintain ball possession. You get the ball, you possess the ball, you don't do as much running, and the more you can move the ball, the less running you can do. And there's been a lot of breakaways, so both teams have had to scramble on both sides, which is going to be more tiring. So the frantic play always leads to a little bit extra effort.
A little more running.
Yeah.
If I can say something really quick, if you look at the Longmeadow uniforms, they're normally all black, but this weekend they're wearing purple socks for the Alzheimer's Association. They're raising money for the Alzheimer's, for the awareness. It's very dear to the coach's heart. She lost her father last year from Alzheimer's.
That's a great cause. Thanks for mentioning that.
Sure.
Yeah. It's a great area ball. Now that ball has to fall into space, or that, yep. Now when she receives that ball, the opposition has to allow her 5 meters to play that ball, which Darien did not allow, so the umpire is going to award Longmeadow that ball. But it was sent out of bounds, so now Darien with an opportunity here on the right-hand side, attacking down. So Lindsay Olsen taking the ball, not fine. Yep, now Molly Hellman coming up. And you're going to see some, again, good, always with Molly Hellman, good stick work, good speed. She handles the ball. Again, penalty corner for Darien. See if they can generate something here.
Yeah, that kind of looked like it was outside the circle, but must have been intentional that the ref thought.
If the defender comes from behind, generally, and it's a breakdown foul from behind, they will award a penalty corner from outside of the circle because the player is going on their way to goal, so they feel as if they're on their way to goal and it's coming from behind. All right, so we have a, doesn't look like Maddie, that looks like Evelyn Heidi inserting. Yep, slipping that ball over right, and that defensive unit is just out very quickly. So a lot of speed there. That ball's coming out, so looks like Darien's going to have to get something off a lot quicker. The defensive unit is very quick coming out, which is a good thing. So one thing that Longmeadow seems to be doing very nicely is they're sending nice, wide, flat balls, which is what you want to do in hockey instead of sending those diagonal balls to be picked off. So they're spreading the field nicely, going on the width, and then they create great height when they're sending the balls attacking offensively. So Darien with the ball on the right-hand side, inside their offensive 25. Longmeadow marking up nicely. You can see in the circle, there's nobody really on mark, so Darien's going to have to move and try to come in for these balls, but Longmeadow picking the ball up, attacking down their left-hand side, sending a long ball. Rainey John's right here to pick it up and breaks that play up. And it looks like she was able to find a foot on the Longmeadow defender, so it was a really smart move.
There was Riley Harrington running down the side. She's our freshman that we have this year. Not too many freshmen make the varsity, and she's one of them. One of 3.
So that was the freshman versus the freshman.
Number 13 right there, yeah.
Right, you see they sent the ball in the center and they're trying to pull over. That was a great job breaking that play up again in the center. That was Maddie Holt. That was a nice pull left around the defender and picking that ball up in the center of the field, Maddie Holt.
And Jackie Frank hits that ball into the circle.
Nice hit in, but broken up in the center of the field and sent out wide right. Longmeadow inside the offensive circle, so good opportunity here. See if they can get something, either a foot or a penalty corner. There's Raina Johns with her stick down nice and low, and they do get the ball pulled out, but not successful just yet. Still trying to get something, sending that ball across. It's broken up, and that could consider dangerous. They're going to umpire signaling for that ball to come back to the spot of the foul.
It was a great opportunity for Longmeadow inside that circle. Unfortunately, it didn't hit anyone's foot.
Good job defensively on Darien to break that up. So here's Raina Johns. Going to take this hit. She's filling in for center defense, normally playing center midfield. And since the great ball finding, trying to find, again, senior captain in the center of the field, Molly Hellman.
That was Kendall Vasquez that stole that ball, gave it to Jackie Frank, who sends it into the circle.
She lifts it. That was dangerous. Lifted into traffic, so that ball's going to be coming out. So I don't know about you, Joe, but I'm definitely seeing that the changing of position is definitely affecting this Darien team.
Yes, like you said, you have a defender that's not here that normally plays that position.
Yeah, so Raina, who normally plays in the center of the field, is able to generate a little bit more as playing in the back. So the center of the field, they're not generating as much in the center. So that's a great pickup in the center of the field. See how she changed direction when she pulled that ball back. Great job by Longmeadow. So there's Raina Johns breaking up in the back of the field. And good pickup by Lindsay Olsen. So there's some good teamwork, sending that ball out wide right, trying to find her teammate. Almost a nice pickup by Longmeadow. So you can see they're adjusting nicely. It might just take a first half to adjust a little bit. And how's your team been doing with injuries, Tita?
They're not doing too bad on injuries this year. So far, the only one that has sore legs are probably number 21, Ashley Barron. But she iced it up yesterday at our team dinner.
So it's a tough one when you get unexpected injury.
Yeah, it is. We're pretty deep this year off the bench. Coach doesn't use them too much, but if they have to, they're pretty deep.
It's always a good feeling to know that you won't vary too much if you have to go to the bench. All right, here's Darien attacking, see if they can get something. Oh, and there's a goal.
That was a good pass, and she got right behind the defense.
That was a nice, quick passing sequence, and unfortunately, we have the instant replay if you can look. Just a nice, quick passing sequence. Now, the goalie is on a good line here, but Darien just moves the ball so quickly, and just not enough reaction time. Senior captain Katie Duggan. What we were talking about, it's just going to come, I think, down to those quick, just a quick mistake there and a quick passing. So that was just something quick passing. So let's just see.
See how Longmeadow reacts after that, if they can get back right on there.
I'm sure. You know, with teams with a lot of experience, I wouldn't expect anything less. And here we go, attacking down the left-hand side immediately. Looks like she just went out of bounds. Darien trying to send the ball right through the center of the field. We have Brinsley Rush picking this up on the left-hand side. She's going to send the ball through and find Katie Duggan again. Yeah, Katie Duggan, unfortunately, that ball went into, looks like it just led a little bit with her body there.
It was a nice stop by Emma, number 12 for Longmeadow.
Now, does your coach tend to play a little bit more defensively when there's a little bit of a lead like that?
She's more of an attacker, because she relies on the defense to get back there. Our defense is pretty speedy, so.
That's great. You just saw a great save by Manisha Okula. So the ball came in, and as I had mentioned before, she can come outside anywhere of the goal cage, and she can play that ball anywhere inside the circle, as long as she doesn't leave the circle, to play the ball with her feet. So she came all the way to the edge of the circle, played that ball, was able to clear it before she was under any pressure. So it was a smart move on her part before anybody came in.
It's nice pickup by Kendall Vasquez, number 10, bringing the ball into the circle.
Right, and here's Longmeadow not taking kindly to that goal and trying to get in there
Yeah.
straight away. And this is how we like to see these teams answer, right?
And this is the first time actually they've been down in the whole season in the 5 games.
well, you know what?
So we'll see how they react.
Yeah, a little bit of fire. You know, I remember my, looking for a pass back there. This was a miscue on a teammate to teammate. That was a great hit in. My daughter played a few years ago, and she happened to be fortunate enough to play in a time when her team had a 92 game. She had played a 92 game winning streak, and had never lost a game.
Wow.
So we had a 92 game winning streak. They came to their 93rd game, and it wasn't that they didn't know what to do. It was just like, now what?
Exactly. Yeah.
And it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. There's Longmeadow with an offensive penalty corner, so let's see how they answer here. It's just, you know, and we think you learn more from those moments,
Right.
because you've got to make corrections.
Well, both of these programs are very successful, so it's interesting. You know, they don't lose a lot of games during the season.
Yeah, yeah. And
So
you
when they
don't
do
get
lose
scored.
one, yeah, you don't know what you're going to do the
Yeah.
next game.
And you don't get scored on.
Yes.
Often, so. All right, well, here's an opportunity to score as, again, on the attack penalty corner. You see more offensive players here. We're inserting. We'll have a stick stop at the top, but that goes, yeah. It's very tough to stick stop on anything with the exception of AstroTurf. And if Darien smart, they'll take this straight away, which they do, and try to send this ball. Yeah. Unfortunately, that finds a foot. And Longmeadow, again, smart, taking this transition ball straight away because they are up incredible numbers here. Good job of Monish O'Cool to come out and stop that ball, but there's a little miscommunication here. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't think they played the whistle very well there. They just stopped play.
yeah.
Cunningham again is on the point.
Well, I think that was misplayed by probably both teams there.
Another corner for Longmeadow, but they've been struggling so far this year trying to score off of these.
So who's inserting here?
That's Olivia Cunningham, number 7. She's a junior. She's our top goal scorer this year. She has 8 goals this year.
And receiving?
Well, hopefully it'll be Jackie Frank, number 19, but it looks like it's yeah, Jackie takes it back to Sarah Cunningham and switches it over to Megan Weary, brings it in.
Good save. And Raina John sweeping that ball out a little further just to ensure that it gets out of the circle. Darien sending that ball out, and now Longmeadow at their offensive 40. We are at 8:53 remaining in the first half. Darien just taking the lead. If you missed it, folks, it was a quick-paced goal sent in, but Longmeadow since has had great ball possession and attacking. They're right in the center of the field, just at their offensive 25. Now inside this 25, this ball again has to be carried 7 meters. Even if it's pulled back, the ball starts inside, it still has to go the same amount of distance. Tala Garcia just mistraps that ball again. Nice hit and great break up there. That absolute penalty corner. It's a great call and good opportunity again here.
Once again.
Here you talk about the Longmeadow defense being pretty strong. You can't say anything bad about the Darien defense, as we've had plenty of corners, but no opportunities to capitalize on them.
They're having to work hard here, and they're definitely getting tested. You know, when corner time comes, you know, it's you practice. Or that another hit was, you practice over and over and over again. It's one more corner, and an hour later you're still practicing. You know, it's the opportunity to score. It's the opportunity to save your team. So it's all right, here's Darien now with ball possession. They're just outside their, that ball going out of bounds. But now Longmeadow on their left-hand side, attacking, as you can see again from your screen, from left to right in black. And just a little bit of lift. And again, we would expect to see that, as we had mentioned, they're playing on grass at their home field, which you don't see a lot at the high school level, particularly in Connecticut. There's Maddie Holt coming back to help double team. Raina John trying to break that up, but unsuccessful, and she's going to hustle back. And there is Lindsay Olsen coming back to try to break that play up, and Longmeadow getting the opportunity. There's a obstruction call there. So
another corner for penalty corner for Longmeadow.
So what you're seeing is that Longmeadow's attacking pretty effectively, and Darien, unfortunately, their defensive unit is back, but the midfielders are not coming back as effectively.
Right.
And so
The midfielders are. outside that circle. Right now, it's just the 3 defenders. In
Yeah,
there.
so Longmeadow's been up numbers, and the defense is under some pretty heavy attack, so they're going to need some support there. So inserting, the insert's coming out a little slow. Probably, I would imagine they're not used to the service. And that ball for a penalty corner, for those of you watching at home, has got to leave the circle and then come back in order for it to be considered to be a goal. That's why you see the players pull the ball outside of the circle. And for those of you watching, the field hockey circle on this field is silver or gray. And Darien sending the ball out, but again, not really minding possession. When you have the ball in any sport, particularly hockey, you want to maintain possession of the ball when you do get it. Longmeadow's been doing a great job of this since the goal has been scored. They really haven't given up possession much.
That's Kendall Vasquez on the stop right there. She's taking the ball up, got fouled.
Longmeadow taking that free hit right away. There's Raina Johns. That ball was just lifted up, and she's going to take it right away. Great job taking the free hit right away. And here is, I can't quite see who that is, but
That's Megan Ware right there with the, oh, almost had the ball for Longmeadow. Carried out by number 18, Sarah Chamberlain, but a penalty.
yeah, the third party call. So that was a very quick transition again, getting the ball down in the offensive circle and generating an impact penalty corner.
So we'll see how fast Longmeadow can come out of here as they have a flyer. Megan Weir and I believe number 15 will be coming out.
They've been getting out very quickly.
They have been doing a great job getting that ball.
So that insert pretty slow. It's coming out to Raina John. She's going to send the ball right back to the insert, who sends it across and unfortunately finds nobody. That was Maddie Holt. I would imagine her left shoulder needs to be just squared off to the goal a little bit more to send that towards goal. But they were able to execute that a little bit better, Joe, I would say.
Yeah, that was a nice executed pass there. Longmeadow didn't have a trailer, so left that other person wide open to shoot.
So this is a little dangerous because on the offensive penalty corners, the center back, yeah, there's Raina Johns who just broke that play. I was just going to say Raina Johns, who is a center back, comes up for the offensive penalty corners. So then when it's taken quickly, she's just slightly out of position. It's a great lift into the circle. And see if we're going to get a oh, ball. Nice job. Yeah, that's a great opportunity there. Why can't there be somebody on the right post?
I know, right? It's going to be a long drive home if this keeps on happening.
There's a lot of game in front of us. I'm going to expect in this game a few more goals from both teams.
I hope so.
It's my projection.
For the black team only, though.
It's a great job on Darien to send that ball out. We're going to try to get this ball up quickly. And again, looking for a fast break opportunity, sending this ball down quickly if she can. Great job. Yep, going to try to get that to Captain Katie Duggan. But this will be smart if this defender can just get this ball out wide. Yeah, sending up that center of the field is probably a good job by the defense to get this out.
Nice defensive play by Sarah Chamberlain. Passes over to.
So there's been a little change. You see senior captain Izzy Smith in.
2-on-1 break.
Yeah, nice passes there. Ooh. And great breakup by Monisha McCool. Great job by Monisha. What a great save.
That was a nice save.
Fantastic.
Number 1 for Longmeadow, Ashley Barron, who had that breakaway, also plays ice hockey, so she's really good with a stick.
Love the ice hockey players. Their hand-eye coordination is phenomenal.
Earlier in the year, there was a girl from Ridgefield who plays ice hockey, and she had a tendency to try to use both sides of the stick.
Now that lifted ball did not go as intended. Yeah, the ball should be coming out. Great start straight away, but I think both teams would, Joe, I don't know what you think, but I think both teams would benefit from probably smaller pass possessions.
Yeah, when they lay it out there that long, it gives plenty of time for the defense to react and pick it up. It's got to be a more of a 10-yard, 5 to 10-yard passing. Short, skilled passes versus just long drives.
Yeah, there was a missed pass there.
Yeah.
Only a minute 45 seconds left in the half, though.
So Darien attacking down the right-hand side here, ball possession. It looks like Lindsay Olsen's a great aerial ball. Yeah, I was going to say that. I don't think that's our. There's a whistle. I heard one whistle, but I think it was over on the football field initially. Longmeadow coming down. Raina Johns breaking that play up nicely, but sending the ball out of bounds, unable to find a teammate. 1 minute, 15 seconds remaining in the first half. Longmeadow attacking down their left-hand side. See if they can generate anything in the first half. Yeah, that ball's going the other way. And still with 1 minute, I would imagine Darien's going to try to get some circle entry here if they can. Yep, that ball was lifted nicely into the Darien player, so creating a great foul. And now Longmeadow going to try to get circle entry. Oh, and unfortunately, that ball rolls over the end line. Senior captain Tala Garcia. What Darien doesn't want to do is turn the ball over right now with just a few seconds left, giving Longmeadow an opportunity to possibly score a goal. And there's just over 12 seconds. We don't want to allow Longmeadow circle entry, but that's exactly what they're trying to do. If they can get a penalty corner, it would be fantastic for them.
That'd be awesome,
yeah. That would be what you're looking to do. All right.
Very entertaining first half.
Yeah.
I mean, it was quick. I loved the speed on both teams. I loved the fact that there was no dead time on the field at all. You had to keep up. You had to do the job.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a very interesting second half. I'm interested to see what both coaches come back with in the second half, what adjustments are made.
So here we are at the half, 1-0 Darien on an early goal from the Wave. We will take a break and we will be back with more live field hockey on the DAF Media Network. Quick shout out to our DAF Media production crew, our directors Cole Murphy, our instant replay coordinator is Connor Fagan, camera 1 is Harrison Bell, Go Badgers, and camera 2 is Davis Depp. We'll be back after this.
If you live in Darien, most likely you've benefited from the Darien Foundation. Since our founding in 1998, we've provided more than $4 million in grants to the Darien Emergency Services, public schools, and community organizations.
My husband and I are so happy to be raising our 4 young children in Darien. Over the years, I have admired the projects that the Darien Foundation has supported, and I'm excited to be a member of the board helping to further support the Foundation's mission. Kids' eyes light up when they talk about learning and eating in the edible garden at Tokenique School. And as a family, we've had so much fun watching varsity field hockey and lacrosse games under the Darien High School stadium lights. It certainly gives us peace of mind to know that if and when the next storm hits town, the Darien Library will always have power thanks to the Darien Foundation providing a generator.
As a resource, the Darien Foundation is unique within Fairfield County and indeed unique on a national level. For 20 years, the Darien Foundation has been investing in Darien in offering our community organizations, emergency services, and schools a local resource to help them pursue innovation and excellence. Thank you for supporting the Darien Foundation. We are building a better Darien together.
We are at the half here on the DAF Media Network, a joint venture of the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation. Again, shout out to our DAF Media production crew, Camera 1, Harrison Bell, Camera 2, Davis Depp. Our director is Cole Murphy, and our instant replay coordinator is Connor Fagan. We are underway here in the second half of this non-conference out-of-state matchup between the Darien Blue Wave and the Longmeadow, Massachusetts Lancers. Again, Darien.
As the second half starts, Longmeadow is moving the ball pretty well. They're down inside, cross into the circle, and it was interference. So Longmeadow will open with a penalty corner.
One of the many they have this game. Hopefully they can do something with it this time, Joe.
45 seconds into the second half.
Olivia Cunningham's inserting the ball. Looks like to either number 19 or 18. They're at the top of the circle for Longmeadow.
Right. And the much better insert. I think all of a sudden they realize that they are on grass.
That was a nice save by the goalie there.
Good hand save by the goalie. That was not a control of the ball, and once you cut the other person off and don't have control, that's when you give it away. That'll be Darien's ball. They're going to bring it back to the 45.
A beautiful day here in Darien, Connecticut for this non-conference matchup. Darien in the home whites, and they are moving from left to right on your screen. Longmeadow in the black unis with the white numbers, purple socks, moving from right to left.
That'll be the Lancers' ball. Lift, she plays it, and Darien didn't give it time to settle, so that remains Lancers'
nice
ball.
That's number 10, Kendall Vasquez, coming up and intercepting the ball for Longmeadow.
There's that switch of the field that Darien is known for. Moving it side to side. It is still in bounds.
Oh, just went out bounds.
Just
a little
barely,
bit,
yeah.
just barely.
It's tough to see from this side because
Yeah.
of the lines kind of blend.
Like on some sports, though, the ball can be in the line in field hockey and still be in bounds.
Right.
But once it clears that line, it's out of bounds.
Yeah, it has to be on the outside, similar to soccer. It has to be on the outside of the line.
Unlike tennis, though.
Correct.
Yes. Ooh.
Now, we're looking at, I keep looking at the blue line there, but it's a gray line that is tougher to see if you look at the other end of the field.
Right.
And the gray blends with that blue, and you can't see the gray line.
Yeah, that blue line there, I think, is for the lacrosse.
Correct.
And then the gray line, the silver line is very hard to see. A nice defense play by number 10, Kendall Vasquez, who sends the ball down to the right-hand side.
I believe she actually called it that they were inside the 5-yard halo or the 5-meter halo.
Okay. That's going to be a Longmeadow ball now going right to left down the field on the far side. Number 18, Sarah Chamberlain's bringing the ball in. Oh.
Not sure what that was. But they're closer than us, so let them make the call.
There is a football game going across the field away, so there's a lot of whistles.
We heard a couple of whistles over there. I'm not quite sure why.
There's a 2-on-1 break here for Longmeadow. Riley Harrington bringing the ball down to hopefully pass to number 21, Ashley Barron.
As she brings it inside the 5, tries to
Reverse stick it.
back stick it, and it didn't go. It went out of bounds. That is probably the toughest shot. There are
That
very
is
few,
tough,
very few kids that can do that and do it well.
It's either going to be a great shot, it's going to be a miss hit, or the ball's going to pop up.
Right.
One of the 3 options. Longmeadow bringing the ball back to the defensive zone by number 10.
Good interception at this point, and
It looks like Longmeadow ball.
no, it's a
No?
Darien ball, but
Darien ball.
she was signaling for it to go back to the
Oh, back
30,
to the 30.
where the foul was.
That's number 6, Ainsley Yorns, junior. Her twin sister is actually number 8, and she was out there earlier today. Nice defensive play by number 15, Megan Weir, to get the ball out of the circle area. That's Olivia Cunningham for Longmeadow. Longmeadow gets a free hit.
That was a good lead pass, and Darien was quite lucky there to get the stick on the ball. The Longmeadow's got it inside the 10 at this point, and back to Darien. Oop. That was a lift waist high, so that's gonna go to Darien. It's inside the 25, so they're gonna have to move it that 7 yards. Or I'm sorry, 5 meters.
There's a penalty corner for Darien.
It did catch a foot, so I am so impressed at how fast the Lancers get out on defense on a corner. I mean, they are on top of the ball by the time it reaches the striker.
Yeah, they normally have 2 flyers. One trails the first person. You'll see number either 15 or number 10 coming out of the goal.
Darien corner insert, Maddie Holt.
A nice block by Megan Ware, number 15. This ball is turned over to Longmeadow. Joe, with this heat, looks like the girls might be getting a little bit tired, do you think?
Well, I think that right now the first half was let's go as fast as we can to confuse the other team, and now they've settled into we need to pass the ball. We need to play a more controlled game. The way these teams practice today and the way they get in shape today, it wouldn't surprise me if they could play 2 games in a row and not be tired.
Right.
The athletes today are light years ahead of 10 years ago.
And there's Riley Harrington going down the right-hand side. Oh, knocks the ball out of bounds. It's going to be a Darien ball.
I always equate it to 10 years ago, this is what you would see at the college level.
Right, yeah. Well, 10 years ago, they were probably playing on grass here.
I think so.
Okay.
I think so. I know that Ludlow, where I was, that they were playing on grass 10 years ago.
If you're not familiar with the Darien area, just driving onto the high school campus, it's just a beautiful campus. Looks like a college scene. They have at least 6 turf fields.
Yes, they did get, and a lot of that has to do with the soccer.
Right.
Soccer is big in Darien.
Okay.
But the fields can be used in dual capacity, so it's
The ball hit out of bounds by Darien.
and it is. Yep, and it'll be coming out.
Longmeadow subs Ainsley Yorns is coming out. Number 2, Leah Sabatini, is coming back into the game. She's a right wing.
Okay, so that was a lift by the Lancers players.
A nice block there. Number 3, Ella Dietz. Looks like the second half, most of the possession seems to be from the Darien team, as most of the ball has been down in the Longmeadow defensive area.
But again, I'm impressed that the Lancers are quickly, attacking on defense also. They're getting right out there. They're putting the pressure on.
Nice stop by number 10. Oh.
All right, we have numbers. We have 3-on-2 at this point. 4-on-3.
And there's a goal.
There's a goal.
Number
She beat her with a backhand.
Number 22, Evelyn Heidi.
Assist on the play, Molly Hellman. Darien goals, Evelyn Heidi.
Let's just call a timeout. I'm sure they're going to talk over.
Play that again.
As we look at the instant replay here,
Good pass across and
number
nice
22
backhand.
Sweeps it right back into the right
Yep.
corner.
Nice
there of the goal.
backhand with her back to the goalie, and that blocks the goalie's view. So.
And it's 2-0 Darien now as they lead Longmeadow here. Goal in the first half by Katie Duggan. And a goal in the second half by Evelyn Heidi. You just saw Damian Andrew, Dito Vasquez, and Joe Scarupa joining you on the DAF Media Network. Again, all student volunteers on our production crew this morning here in beautiful Darien, Connecticut on a sunsplash day. And Dito, I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you, how was the drive down from Western Mass?
Well, there's 2 routes to get down here. One on 95, the other was the Merritt. I actually took the Merritt Parkway. It was
The
actually
more scenic
Yes, it was
route.
nice. Only 2 lanes on each side, but it was a beautiful ride. Hour and 30 minutes, hour 35 minutes. But the best part was coming off the Merritt, looking at all the beautiful homes as you come into the high school.
Yeah, it's a beautiful part of Connecticut, no question. This program, Longmeadow, has had a long tradition of success in Western Massachusetts. Just to talk a little bit about Coach Simons and what she's been able to do and what this team has been able to do.
Well, Coach Simons in our 39th year just had her 500th win on Tuesday.
So it's fair to call her a legend, certainly in field hockey in New England and field hockey circles.
USA Field Hockey was contacting us for pictures and stuff like that to make sure that they get hold of some of the articles. Longmeadow High School 8 times in a consecutive Western Mass championships in the last 4 years. We've been into the final game in Massachusetts, lost unfortunately. We've been to the state semifinal probably 4 of those years as well.
Good feeder program, good youth, must be a good youth program.
They do have a nice youth program. They have like at least 4 teams, 7 8th graders that each have probably about 25 players per team. And then they actually start now. They used to start at 5th grade, but now they start them at 3rd grade level coming out of Longmeadow.
And that's what it takes. I mean, it's as Joe knows, a lot of great youth programs in this area, especially here in Darien. And
yes,
you don't turn a varsity program into a success overnight.
Driving up into the high school. We have
Absolutely.
6 fields here. I saw like all youth programs playing field hockey this morning. It was like a great sight to see. It's just amazing.
Yep.
The youth program in Fairfield County, I mean, they start them, like you said, in 2nd grade, and it's a year round now.
Yeah.
They play in the fall in the youth programs, and they play in the winter inside. And at that point, then they're in the spring. It's not only the youth programs, but the kids from the high school. They play in the what they call the off programs, and they'll travel all over the U.S. They're up and down the coast playing.
Definitely.
And we resume play here on the DAF Media Network. Darien in the white unis, moving left to right. And Longmeadow in the black unis moving right to left. Again, our DAF media production crew is our director, Cole Murphy. Our instant replay coordinator is Connor Fagan. Camera 1 operator is Harrison Bell, and our camera 2 operator doing a double duty. Did the football game last night, doing the ISO camera again this morning. Not a lot of sleep for Davis Depp, but certainly happy to have his talents with us this morning here.
Well, it seems like Longmeadow's on the offensive right now. They brought the ball back down to the Darien side. Number 3, Ella Dietz is taking the ball in from the sideline.
Yep, they definitely picked up the pace.
And that ball just goes out of bounds. It's going to be Darien ball. Ooh. It's a dangerous pass there as Riley Harrington almost picked it off.
That's that quick defense. They're quick to get to the ball. They're not going to sit there and wait.
Just a little mishit, and then it could be bad.
That's true. You give it away inside that 25, and it's
Ella Dietz bringing the ball in on the left-hand side. Right into the circle. And the ball is coming out for Longmeadow. With only 17 minutes left in the game, Longmeadow needs to put some points in the goal. Number 19, senior captain Jackie Frank taking the ball into the circle. Oh, great opportunity, and just a little bit to the wide.
definitely applying the pressure that they need to apply to make it a game.
I like the positioning of the Darien players. They're not grouped together, they're spread out in the positions they're supposed to, and it makes it a little bit more difficult for the defenders.
Oh, that should be a foul right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little body on the player.
Uh-oh, this could be dangerous. Oh, she just missed it, but Riley Harrington finishes it up, and it's, just went a little bit
just
wide.
outside. And what's amazing is that she did have one player back there. The goalie came out and had one player back there.
Ashley Barron, as we take another look, with a great opportunity for Longmeadow, and just slides by the wayside.
A little bit too high of a pass coming into the circle there. Now, some refs will call that, some refs won't. It just depends where the defender's standing at the time.
Right, and if they're 5 yards further back, it probably isn't. But
Right.
If they're that close, they will. Now that she called it, the Lancer player didn't let it settle before she played it.
A nice interception by number 7, Olivia Cunningham, as she tries to bring the ball up into the circle to Riley Harrington, who brings it in. Ooh, shot almost over the goalie. Probably
That's a corner.
corner.
Yeah, she kept it alive. If she had covered it, that would have been
a stroke.
But she kept it alive by moving her arms and the stick.
Has there been a lot of strokes called for on Darien this year? So far in the 3 games?
I haven't seen one.
Okay.
Yeah, as long as her arms and her stick are moving, they won't call it a cover. It's when the goalie gets comfortable and
Oh, that should be. Oh, I don't know about that one. She was sitting on top of that ball. Here's a replay right here. Jackie Franks hits the ball, comes up to Leah Sabatini, and the ball's just sitting right there in the goalie. But I'm from Longmeadow, so I think Longmeadow should get all the breaks.
I always have the saying that the refs are a lot closer than we are.
That's true.
It was tough. Somebody said that to me, and I said, but I'm on the sidelines. As a coach, I was in it.
It's a thankless job being a ref.
It is. You're wrong all the time except when you're right, and then you're still wrong.
That's right. Well, there's the interception by Olivia Cunningham. Ball's in front. Oh.
Yep. Ooh. Well, that was an interference down further, not on the player with the ball.
And that's why they called that penalty. Longmeadow another opportunity on the corner. As they've been struggling with corners, they've gotten plenty this game, but they haven't been able to convert into a goal.
Now in the last 5 minutes, the offense has actually shifted to the Lancer side of the field on their offensive end.
Only 12 minutes and 35 seconds remaining in the game. Lancers need to score right here. Oh, nice. Oh, it's going to be Darien ball coming out at the 20. A timeout, Darien
calls timeout. Well, I think that this part of the game has been a lot quicker paced than we saw at the end of the first half.
I agree.
They kind of settled in at the end of the first half, and we're playing nice just back and forth. But right now, the
tempo has picked up a little bit.
Yes,
and like you were saying, the position has gone a little bit more to Longmeadow in this second part of the half.
Yep.
And still a lot of game to be played. 12 minutes, 20 seconds, as you can see at the bottom of your screen. 2-0 Darien right now. Katie Duggan, Evelyn Heidi with the goals. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with more field hockey on the DAF Media Network. We are back here live on the DAF Media Network. Damian Andrew alongside Dito Vasquez and Joe Skarupa bringing you varsity field hockey action this morning from Stadium Field on the campus of Darien High School. We're about ready to resume play between Darien and Longmeadow. Darien in the home whites, Longmeadow in the black jerseys with the purple socks. And right now the Lancers with 12 minutes and 18 seconds left in this game trying to climb out of a 2-0 hole here. It's been a really well-played game between two perennial state powers in their respective states.
That is always the risky business right there, is when you push it back down toward the goal.
Especially with the speed of Longmeadow.
Yes, yeah.
And like we were saying before, just a bad pass. It could be intercepted, and then who knows what could happen. There's Jackie Frank with the ball, bringing it up to the center of the circle, bringing it in. Oh, there's opportunity right there. If they can get in. Oh, that's got to be a goal. They gave him a goal. Number 7, Olivia Cunningham with a goal. That's her 9th goal of the year. She is a junior. She's actually a star lacrosse player as well in the spring season. Here's an instant replay. As you can see, that goal Comes in, tipped up by Ashley Barron. Tries to backhand it, flick it in. Comes back, the goalie blocks it, and then Olivia's right there to put it in. Nice goal for Longmeadow. It brings them 2-1 with 11:42 remaining.
And that is a big goal for the Lancers as they look to climb back into this one. Still plenty of time left on the clock. And all of a sudden, Joe Scarupa, we've got ourselves a game.
Yes, this is going to be interesting down the stretch. Both teams are going to have to pick it up. They spent a lot of time down on the Lancers' offensive end in the past 5 minutes, and now
there's Beth Yorns for Longmeadow, stealing the ball with Ashley Barron on the side.
it's a 2-on-4, so let's see what happens here. And,
that's a corner.
It is a corner. It was inside the gray line.
Ashley's the one I was talking about. Also plays ice hockey during the wintertime. Her stick skills are just unbelievable.
Well, that's one thing you'll see on this field this afternoon. I'm glad you mentioned that, Dito. A lot of multi-sport athletes on this field. So a penalty corner coming up here for the Longmeadow Lancers. Want to thank everybody up in Massachusetts who is tuning in to this broadcast on the DAF Media Network. We've got a good one here this morning.
It's out, takes it to the top of the circle. Tries to dink, it doesn't work. A long pass upfield. Kind of into space.
Yeah, it was kind of dangerous as they didn't have enough defensive players back for Longmeadow. As they hustle back, Darien sets their offense up.
There's the cross and
a nice block by number 3, Ella Dietz. And it is a penalty corner for Darien.
Yep.
See, that's the bad thing when you put all your offensive players in that corner. The ball just gets past one of the defensive players, and you're back on the offensive. You can take the ball all the way down the field.
Right. I was always the proponent of keeping at least 3 players back with that line, because otherwise it becomes like a 5-on-1.
Yeah. Coach Simons believes in the speed of her defense and normally just leaves one person back there. As you can see, number 10, Kendall Vasquez, takes that ball, passes it to number 8, Beth Yorns, up the right-hand side.
That'll be Lancer's ball at the 40. It seems like Darien all of a sudden is pressuring a little bit more upfield versus waiting for the ball to come to them. Probably Coach Minnick has talked about that, is don't wait, go get it.
Yeah. And with Longmeadow having to put another goal in there with 8 minutes and 55 seconds left, Longmeadow needs to pressure as much as they can Darien, which gives Darien an opportunity. All they need is one breakaway, and they can go all the way down and try to score again. Jackie Frank with a free hit for Longmeadow.
Yeah, that must have tipped off of a Darien stick to go out on the end.
Well, I think they didn't call it there. Well, they did call it eventually. Third party. As Ella Dietz cut in front of Olivia Cunningham. This is where you got to be careful and not pass the ball back, especially with the speed of Longmeadow. As Ashley Barron. Oh,
yep,
that's a good call there. Jackie Frank with the ball, throws it into the circle. She didn't go 5 yards.
Yeah, it didn't go the 5.
Or 5 meters.
5 meters, 7 yards.
7 yards. Just touched Kendall Vasquez's body. Ball goes back to Darien. Nice stop by Ella Dietz, who brings it up the left sideline. The near sideline. Good defense by Darien as they start moving the ball into the Longmeadow area.
good pass in, but there was a stick entanglement there, caused by Darien, so that ball will come out.
Number 10, Kendall Vasquez has the ball. Passes it. Oh. Elizabeth Yorns.
Longmeadow is very disciplined on defense because they're anticipating the passes even across the back line.
Yeah, the defensive field players, they've been playing together for a couple of years now, so they're very used to each other. Some of them play on the same club team, and they do have that speed that we were talking about before, where if they do have to recover, they can get back.
Okay, that was considered a high.
High. So Darien pushing back into the Longmeadow zone right now.
It'll come down to the 30. So there is no 7-yard requirement here. It's outside the 25.
And Jakey Frank gets that ball, moves it up, nice hit, a little bit too strong. Clears the end line there, Darien. 5 minutes and 20 seconds are left. 5 minutes, 20 seconds left in the game. Riley Harrington checking in, the freshman, number 13 for Longmeadow.
Yeah, this is the point in the game where the heat and the
all those two-a-day practices start paying off.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the conditioning they've been doing in the off season. Now, when you see, now this is when you see when they what they can do here. It's a tough aerial, lifted ball.
Yeah, when there's 4 players where that ball comes down.
Yeah.
If there's 2, she'll let it go. But when there's 4 players where the ball comes down,
right,
they will call it.
Good defense there by number 3, Ella Dietz. Ball going back to Longmeadow.
Yeah, that was a lift that was above the waist. That was third party, so she's calling it back to the 30. Sometimes that amazes me that for the sake of 2 yards they stop the play.
Stop the play, especially when you have the continuance of the play going.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Now 3 minutes and 50 seconds left in this game, and Longmeadow needs to put another goal in the net. Darien's just playing too well at this point.
Let the ball settle. She brings it across, and Darien does control it along the sideline. She's going to bring it.
Oh, nice stop.
Good interception.
It's Megan Weir, number 15, with the ball for Longmeadow.
The numbers are even right about now, offense, defense, down on that side.
Trying to get that ball into the circle. A little elbow going on action down there on the field.
Yeah, we will see that.
Especially with the game coming down to an end with 3 minutes left.
It is a ladies' game, but they don't say anything about no elbows.
A nice move by Kendall Vasquez to get Marino ball up. Nice pass over number 15, Megan Weir. She tries to get it into the circle, and she got it in there with a penalty corner for another opportunity for Longmeadow field hockey to try to get a goal to bring it tied up at 2-2. 2 minutes and 25 seconds remaining in the game. Looks like Olivia, number 7, Cunningham's going to be inserting the ball for this
And
corner.
they're going to the other side just to change things up.
Change things up. Maybe this was our secret play right here. We're showing them one side the whole game. Now they're changing it up. See if it works.
Be interesting to watch the flyer on this side versus the. Oh. Yeah, hit a foot.
And the defense needs to get back, as they do. 1 minute, 50 seconds remaining in the game. Longmeadow really does have to push it up and try to get another scoring opportunity. Olivia Cunningham.
She's going to bring it back up to about the 27.
Yep. Number 19, Jackie Frank has the ball right now. She sends it over to the near sideline for Ella Dietz. Number 3 gets it in the circle, well, and then misses a reverse pass. 1 minute and 10 seconds remaining in the game. Longmeadow really need to try to score a goal here.
Now, that girl didn't know the ball was there, and she was protecting it with her body, which I guess not. The ref turned it and said, "You've got to take it back to where the foul was."
It's a nice stop by Kendall Vasquez, number 10, senior captain. Committed to
That'll be Lancer's ball on the lift
Hamilton
by
College.
Darien.
We got 35 seconds left in the game. Longmeadow trying to get the ball into the Darien zone, in the circle. Ooh, good call.
Yep.
That's Leah Sabatini, number 2, with the ball with 14 seconds left in the game.
At this point, the Lancers need to force a corner.
It's not going to happen with 6 seconds left.
No.
It looks like it's going to be a Darien victory. And it was a great game.
End of the game, and I'm telling you that was one of the best games I've seen in a long
That was a
time.
very good
They
game.
gave them a.
The girls are going to be exhausted because they just ran back and forth pretty much for a whole 60 minutes.
Yep, it was a fast-moving game. It was a well played on both sides. If you were watching, you got your money's worth.
You definitely did.
Absolutely.
Such a beautiful day here in Darien.
Absolutely a terrific game. Darien holds off the Longmeadow Lancers to win 2-1. The Blue Wave remain undefeated. This was their first home game of the season after starting the season on the road for back-to-back games against Ridgefield at Ridgefield and against Staples, a big 3-1 win over conference rival Staples the other day. Darien beating the Wreckers 3-1. And so Longmeadow's JV team and Darien's JV team about ready to get going in just a minute. But Dito, I want to thank you so much for hopping aboard.
It's my pleasure.
It was
Thank you
really,
for having me up here.
really
I
nice,
appreciate it.
meeting you, and have a safe trip back
Thank
to
you.
Western Massachusetts. Joe Skarupa, as always. Last night you just saw my email, and here you are, 11 o'clock.
last
That's
night.
right. And so glad you were able to jump on. Again, our DAF Media Production crew, Camera 1, Harrison Bell, Camera 2, Davis Depp, our instant replay coordinator, Connor Fagan, and our director was Cole Murphy. So for our entire crew, for Dito Vasquez, Joe Skarupa, and Kari Johns, who was with us in the first half, I am Damian Andrew. This has been a presentation of the DAF Media Network, a joint venture of the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation. Once again, Darien beats Longmeadow in an out-of-conference home game, 2-1. Have a great rest of your weekend, everybody. Take care.